Guess who's back? Yeah, I'm gonna stop with that. This is in the same recording session, so there's not gonna be anything different. No one else is gonna be in on the adventure. So, fucking kill this bitch. Yep, same session, so nothing really is gonna have changed. But there is something that I'm thinking. I really want to make a video on For Honor. Not playing the game because I fucking despise it at the moment. Like, that game, if you look at my channel, I've played quite a bit of For Honor, got quite good at it. But that game has a way of getting straight to my soul. Straight to my soul. It makes me so angry. And you know what makes me the most angry about For Honor? It's the potential. That game had so much potential. And I think that there's ways that they can fix it. So I'm thinking of making a video on ways that they can go about fixing For Honor. And I know that that sounds a bit like, oh, well, what's the point? But all of the changes can be so small. So small. Not small as in like, fix the network code, like shit like that, obvious stuff. I'm talking like the blocking. If you've played For Honor, you know that the meta is stale as fuck, and it has been for months. The meta in For Honor, even when they release all these updates, all this fucking bullshit new characters, blah blah blah, the meta is stand still, block, and counter attack your opponent. I guess that's what fighting games are these days. It is mostly just defending, unless you're Street Fighter 5. It mostly is just defending. But man, nobody's interested in that bullshit. I don't care if it's what fighting games are, blah, blah, blah. It's not fun. It's not fun to watch. And for Honor, it's especially not fun to play. So, they need to go for something different. What the fuck is that? Excuse me, zombie. Let me just fuck this zombie up. He's making progress, fucker. The shit knockback. Maybe that's why the copper sword is better. It's got a bit of tungsten. Wonder what tier of that is. Anyway, For Honor. Alright, so everybody knows that the meta is stale as fuck. Because all you have to do is defend. All you can do is defend and counterattack. I will win like 85-90% of my fights if I just play like a little bitch. And I have done on occasion with Valkyrie. I have just stood there, defended, jump back, jump into the all directional block stance, and just not let people get through. What kind of fun is that? No one wants to play against that, and no one wants to play that way. But if you want to win, that's how you have to play. So what they need to do is implement a change in the way that blocking works. If you're not a For Honor fan, this is probably going to be very boring, but I'm going to try and keep it interesting by explaining what I mean. So, in For Honor, there's a character called Orochi, a character called Peacekeeper, and a character called... Or are those the only two? One sec. Orochi and Peacekeeper... Holy shit, I haven't played the game in so long, I'm forgetting. But basically, those characters... every other character in the game can block indefinitely. They can hold their block stance in any direction indefinitely. They never have to stop. Whereas Orochi and Peacekeeper, they have a limited time that they can hold their block stance for, so that a player can bait out the block like a parry and attack in between the timings that they can use to block. Which is fair enough, it keeps the fights interesting, except not fighting Peacekeepers. That's not interesting because they're fucking broken as shit and they refuse to patch them. But I digress. So so those characters work like that. Every other character works the same way with the same blocking, which is stale as fuck and breaks the meta. But they just seem to refuse to change this. What they need to do... I keep getting fucking sidetracked because there's so much crazy shit is going on. I'm seeing a fucking zombie in a trench coat and it's just throwing my brain off. I said a trench coat, that's how much my brain's thrown off because this bastard's in an orange raincoat, obviously. Jesus. Anyway, so what they need to do is think of a way to make the blocking and punishing people that run out of stamina a lot more effective. Well, not the blocking more effective, but punishing people that run out of stamina more effective. This is very rambly. This is Terraria ramble session. So, to make blocking less effective, not more effective, they should make every character have timed blocks, just like Orochi and Peacekeeper. And just make Orochi and Peacekeeper's timed blocks a lot lower. Because this could also make, say, Conqueror, who's a more defensive character using a shield, Valkyrie who uses a shield, Warlord who uses a shield. Those characters can just have longer block timings, so that it's more forgiving, so that you don't have to be switching your block as often. But it still means that when people have learned how to fight those characters, they can use those timings to their advantage. Because that's how I play against a lot of Orochis. I'll see them block in a direction, and then I'll specifically attack that direction, because I know that they can't block it. So if every character worked like that, you'd just be able to stay on their ass and not let them do anything. And it makes playing against those defensive players not actually the worst thing in the world like it is now. Also, taking hits against your defense when you are defending should annihilate your stamina. Not like 2 hits to break your stamina or anything like that. Because now blocking is basically free, and it's just a way to land a parry. People can just do it, just stand there and do nothing. But if it took stamina, you'd be able to punish them more. Also, there's a mechanic in the game where if you hit somebody who's blocking, your weapon will like deflect off, allowing them to do a whole number of things. This is to make defensive play a lot more viable, I think. But that's not how it should work. I think that when you attack a shield, they should go on the defensive. They should get knocked back. You should be able to pin them down and just keep going, keep nailing them on their shield, draining stamina, hitting them on their shield, draining stamina. It'll make it a lot more aggressive game. There's probably going to be issues that come with it, but I'm not a game developer. I'm just the ideasman. So you're hitting them, they're losing stamina, you're just continually going on bang, bang, bang into their shield. Not letting them defend, not letting them defend. And it will make it in a lot more parry-centric game. The parries are already powerful, but this will make it like you need to get good at the timings of parries. Unless you're getting good, you're going to just keep getting killed. And that's what we need. We need a game that's fucking very skill-orientated. Because it is skill-orientated now. The better player is going to win most of the fights. But it's so cheesy. The game's got so many cheesy techniques. So many annoying things to fight, and it just kills the game. Like, it's one of those games where when you lose, it makes you feel like the other person is better than you. So if you're just losing against cheesy techniques, you're going to get mad frustrated. Excuse me, Green Slime, can you not interrupt my conversation with myself? Thank you very much. Anyway, so I feel like that will negate some of the cheesier tactics in the game, some of the cheesier techniques. It will make the defensive meta completely wide open. It will reset the player base because everyone's going to have to relearn how to play the game. And that's what this game needs more than anything at the moment. It needs to have a fucking player reset because it's lost 95% of its players. So it's going to need to do something drastic. Or it's just going to go the way of the dodo real quick. They did it with Siege. Siege had some big overhauls after it came out, which fixed it in a lot of ways. Still not perfect, but it did help out a lot. So they can do it. Alright, so what tier is Tungsten? Let's have a Butcher's, eh? Alright, so it's like the... It's decent. It's decent, but it's not great. Yeah, so that game really needs a change of the old meta, because the meta is just fucked at the moment. To be fair, I haven't played it in a hot minute, so the meta might not be fucked anymore, but I can almost guarantee it is, because nobody's playing it. Back in the beta, the meta was fucked. on release, the meta was fucked. It just took a little while for people to notice how fucked the meta was after the beta. Because everybody was just entranced with all the cool animations and stuff when the game first came out. Oh, look how cool the Raider looks. It's so impressive that he can swing this big axe. And then you realize, hold on, why does his fucking massive battle axe do as much damage as the Peacekeeper's tiny little knives that attack 3 times as fast? You're standing there a bit stunned and confused, like, that's game balance 101, is it not? The faster weapon should do less damage. Is that not game balance 101? Apparently not if you're Ubisoft. But then again, they made Ghost Recon Wildlands, so they can't really know much. Fuck me. That game actually sold well. I was shocked when I heard that game actually sold well. Like, in the US, it actually sold quite well. I don't know anywhere else in the world. But in the US, Ghost Recon Wildlands actually sold quite well. How the fuck are people supporting that business of just, well, oh yeah, if it's in an open world, it means that it's a good game, it's got content. The game was fucking poo, mate. I played the beta. See, look, I'll give them that. I only played the beta, I didn't play the full game, but I don't feel, if I play the beta and the beta is an absolute steaming pile of shit, where it's free and I've still got people who don't want to play it because it's that bad. Then how do they expect people to pay for the whole game? But it did well. It made them their money, so they're laughing at all of the people that spent money on that. Oh, nearly drowned. So they're laughing like, oh, we just remade Far Cry and they all bought it all over again. Well, I'm here just saying, please people, don't buy Far Cry 5. Do not buy it. Or, alright, it might come out to be good, so let me not say don't buy it. Don't pre-order Far Cry 5. I see people on the internet getting mad excited about Far Cry 5. I was there watching press conferences and shit, and people are like, "Oh my god, Far Cry 5! It looks like it's gonna be something." I'm gonna drown. Oh, that was close. People are getting mad excited about Far Cry 5, and I'm just there like, do people not learn? Do people not realize that it's probably gonna be the same Fuck, I can't. Alright, hold on. I need to focus. Shit's getting a bit, shit was getting a bit questionable back there. Are people not realizing that it just looks the same again? I saw the trailer and I was like, alright, it looks the same, but let me wait until I can see some gameplay. That's the all-important... Fuck, where'd that water come from? That's the all-important decider right there. So I waited for the gameplay, and the first thing I saw was a man bring out a camera and start spotting people. I was like, no, they don't even try and hide that they've just reskinned the game all over again and they're gonna sell it. They're not even trying to hide the fact that they're doing it. It's insane, and people are gonna slurp up that shit so quick. Each to their own, I guess, but you just should not be supporting that kind of business. Honestly. They're literally just releasing the same game every year. And people are just... There's a lot of tungsten down there, so I'm going to try and make my way down there. People are just slurping that shit up. Game developers should just do that more now then. Because they know they can get away with it. And they probably are going to start doing it a lot more. Like the next Fallout should just be a reskinned version of Fallout 4. And because they know they're going to make money. They've done it how many times with fucking... Bethesda have re-released Skyrim how many times? And they're re-releasing it again for the Switch. This is really a very rambly fucking video. I can't stay on topic. Every time I think of a topic, I just get distracted by something going on in the game. What was I saying? How many times they've re-released Skyrim? I've played that game on the PS3. PC, PS4, and I think that's it. But it's also been out on like fucking everything. Everything. You got a Nokia 3300 or whatever, it's probably on that too. That game is on everything. And they're just there raking it in from a... How old is Skyrim? When did that come out? 7 years ago? 6 years ago? Something like that. A 6-year-old game and they're still making peas off it. I can't knock smart business. I can't knock it. That's why I say Ubisoft is scummy, but they know how to make their money. Even though they're soon to be bought out by a fucking outside company. Did you peeps know that that's going down? Ubisoft is going to be... is being hostilely taken over by a company. I think the company that owns Take-Two Interactive, who have been doing some really fucked up shady practices recently. They said that they're under-monetizing GTA 5. So with all of the microtransactions, the disgusting microtransactions in GTA 5 that completely ruin the game. Completely, 100% ruin the game. They're not doing enough. They are not selling enough guns. They're not selling enough cars. Oh, to be fair, the guns, I'll let them. They're not selling enough cars. They're not selling enough shark cards. They only made 700 million last year. You know, hard days for Rockstar. I mean, Take-Two. Because I believe that the developers behind these sorts of things, like GTA and Skyrim, the actual developers behind it, they don't want this shit. They don't want the fuckery that the fucking... What is killing me? What is that? Run. Something was just I'm dead. It was a fucking spider. All I saw was my health getting annihilated. I didn't know spiders could fucking swim. Can spiders swim? Holy shit, it's been 17 minutes. Alright. Next time we're going to go back into the mines. Get my money back. I'm going to continue talking about Take-Two and their disgusting fucking practices. Probably going to record another episode in this session. Anyway, if you enjoyed, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed, subscribe. Like I said, comment section if you want to be involved in this series. Check out the videos on screen now. Blah, blah, blah. But for now, people, peace.